Så där hörni, jag tror vi smyger igång så får övriga som hoppar in här komma igång senare. Varmt välkomna till dagens webbinar som vi har med vår leverantör Atera. Det är ett relativt nytt partnerskap som vi kom igång med här precis innan sommaren. Och vi har idag med oss 2 personer från Atera. Keren som kommer prata om Atera på liksom översikten av Atera och berätta kort om dem som bolag och lite grann kring den här satsningen de gör tillsammans med oss i Norden. Och sen så kommer vi lite senare lämna över till Alex som kommer prata lite mer om plattformen och hur man kan få ut maxvärde av att använda deras tjänst. Och sen så kommer vi lite grann summera dagens webbinar och på slutet så kommer vi ha en Q&A-session där vi kommer att svara på era frågor. Så ni får jättegärna skriva i chatten redan nu om ni kommer på någon fråga. Alternativt sträcka upp handen senare här i slutet av när vi har den här sessionen. Så det är bara välkommet att ställa frågor. Ni som jobbar med oss idag, vi är ju som sagt en svensk molntjänstedistributör som jobbar med ett 20-tal olika molntjänstleverantörer. Vi har ett stort fokus på cybersäkerhet i vår portfölj. Vi har en kraftfull plattform för hanteringen av de här molntjänsterna. Både då slutkundshantering för er och möjlighet till tydliga billingunderlag och liknande som vi adderar då som distributör. Och sen så givetvis så är vi stolta över att kunna erbjuda svensk support för att stötta er på bästa sätt i de här tjänsterna. En väg in till oss. Vi hjälper er och tar frågan vidare om vi inte själva har svar och återkommer till er så att ni ska känna att ni får den hjälp ni behöver. Utöver detta så har vi ju såklart även säljstöd. Det vill jag slänga fram här också att ni ska känna till att man kan alltid bolla med oss kring paketeringar, kring de här tjänsterna, hur man på bästa sätt kan få ut tjänsterna till sina kunder. Det här är ju ett ämne idag, cybersäkerhet, som blir allt viktigare med tanke på den hotbilden vi utsätts för konstant. Och i tillägg så har vi även en marknadsavdelning där vi gärna också stöttar med till exempel att ta fram gemensamma e-mailkampanjer liknande som vi kan också hjälpa till med för att ni ska kunna nå ut på bästa sätt till era kunder. Så att se gärna oss som ett bollplank. Vi vill gärna addera så mycket värde som möjligt till de tjänster och licenser som vi säljer till er. Så att, och stort tack för att ni tar er tid att vara med här idag. I will now leave it over to you, Keren. So please go ahead and give the audience an overview of Atera and our partnership.
Great. Thank you very much, Simon, for the introduction and for inviting us. Sorry that I'm not speaking Swedish yet, maybe in the future. So it's nice to meet you guys. I'm Keren. I'm a partner manager at Atera. Together with me, we have Alex, our technical enablement expert that is going to take you through the platform very much soon. So as a follow-up to what Simon has just said, we would like to take you through the value of Atera today, and especially through the power of AI in IT management. So with that, I will actually share my screen. And I actually want to start with, you can see my screen, right? Yes. I actually want to start with the current state of IT. I think that basically we can go as far as saying that traditional IT management is actually broken these days. We can see that IT professionals are packed with endless tasks that they have in their schedule. They're running around their tails to try to catch up with the overwhelming amount of tickets that are coming in constantly on a constant basis. They're juggling and jumping between one software to the other. And we can actually see in terms of numbers that the average time to have the first response time for a ticket takes anywhere between 7 to 8 hours. And actually, even to have a ticket to be resolved, it takes more than a full day. It takes usually around 25 hours. This, of course, leads to a huge customer end users frustration. Of course, that it also leads to a very significant inefficiency for the IT professionals out there. And this is a very concerning point that traditional IT management has these days. In addition to that, we see that a majority of IT executives, around 70%, admit that they are tied up to outdated technology that pretty much prevents them from adopting innovative new technology out there. So this is what Atera is all about. Our goal, our mission is to transform traditional IT management with AI-powered IT, or the way that we like to call it, AIT. Basically, Atera is all about efficiency. Now, the way that we are leveraging efficiency is by two ways. The first way is by consolidation. So Atera is an all-in-one IT management platform that combines both RMM and PSA ticketing and help desk functionality under one single consolidated centralized platform that is built in one consolidated place. The second way that we're maximizing efficiency is with AI. So Atera is the first and only company in the IT space to partner with Microsoft and with OpenAI 3 years ago, and to have a close relationship in order to have AI deeply integrated into the platform in every step of the way that you're gonna take in the Atera platform. So our goal, our whole agenda is to help IT professionals out there to maximize their efficiency, to simplify their workflow, to streamline their tasks, to save them a lot of time and resources and energy and money around all of the IT operations that they have. Now, a bit from a company's perspective, Atera was established in 2016. Today, we're at the point where we have more than 12,000 customers all over the globe, so we are extremely globalized. We are on a monthly basis, we are managing millions of endpoints, and we are automating a lot of IT actions out there. Now, Atera originally was established in order to provide a value for MSPs out there. MSPs is our bread and butter. We started originally serving MSPs, but then actually we were approached by internal IT departments out there that were asking to use Atera as well, as they saw the values, they saw the value that Atera brings into the table. So now we're serving both MSPs and internal IT departments in both ways. In regards to the customer's portfolio that we're having, we are agnostic to all industries and to all company sizes. So potentially, no matter what industry you're from or what company size you are, whether you're a self-owned company or a giant enterprise, we at Atera can be providing value, and we can support your needs and everything around what is needed to be taken care of. Now, let's take it one step further and see and discuss what Atera is all about. When we're saying all-in-one, we actually mean all-in-one. Everything that an IT professional would possibly need in his day-to-day operation, he would have in one consolidated, centralized platform. So anywhere from RMM, together with patching and scripting and remote access into devices, together with reporting and analytics and a lot of automations, and of course, service desk and ticketing functionalities, together with IT asset management and network monitoring. So everything that you would possibly need, you have in one place. You do not need to juggle between one software to the other. You don't need to pay multiple subscriptions to other softwares, because everything is centralized in one place. We are supporting Windows, Macs, and Linux. And of course, that at the center of all of this, as we briefly said before, we have our AI suite. So as we said, Atera is the first and only company in the IT space to partner with Microsoft and OpenAI, and basically to introduce a whole new category in the IT space that we believe that is going to transform the IT space, which is AI-powered IT. Alex is going to take you soon through the functionalities of AI on real time, which is much cooler than seeing it right now. But the idea of our AI is that it's actionable AI. Our AI is here to empower the IT professionals out there. It's here to maximize their efficiency, as we said, to transform every first-tier support engineer into a second-tier support engineer, and to enable all of the to enable the AI to take care of all of the mundane, repetitive tasks out there that could be solved without any human touch. So as a brief example, our AI, our actionable AI, could be providing a ticket summaries within a click of a button. If the ticket requires a script, it's already going to generate the script for you. It can also troubleshoot devices on real time. It can troubleshoot alerts on real time. It can suggest solutions. It can provide even OIDs for SNMP devices. It can do a lot of actions out there that, again, the whole concept is that with end-to-end AI integration, you at your company, you could be maximizing your efficiency by 10x. So again, if you're going to see some numbers, instead of solving 7 tickets per day, you can now be solving 70 tickets per day. So instead of an average response time of an hour, it can go down to 3 seconds. So we're cutting time to resolution, we're delivering better outcomes faster, and we're all about saving you time, resources, and money. A bit from a company's perspective, the platform is super intuitive and straightforward. The UI, UX is very simple, is very intuitive, as we said. Also regarding onboarding, the onboarding is very quick, very fast, no setup cost. The setup is really a breeze, and this is something that you can also witness in a few minutes. Regarding support, we are very proud of our support. Atera provides a 24/7 support with a 1-minute SLA day and night. So potentially, no matter where you are in the world, no matter what time it is in the day, Atera team is here to support you whenever you need. Human beings, not a bot, not AI, 24/7. As we said, our support is in multiple languages. Hopefully Swedish is going to be next in line, but currently English would be the preferred language. And we also have a lot of KBs out there to provide you also value in addition to that. Now, saving best for last, before I'm going to hand it over to Alex, I want to talk about our pricing model. Atera is shifting the whole mindset around pricing, where we are charging per technician as opposed to per endpoint, which is what is common in the market right now. So the idea is that you can have infinite growth. You can add as many devices as you want, no limitation whatsoever to the number of devices that you're monitoring. You can be monitoring 2 devices, 200 devices, or 2 million devices. For us, we encourage you to grow. We would like you to grow. We are charging per license that would need access to the platform, and this is where we are actually helping you proactively to grow your business and your operation. I'm gonna pause here, and I'm gonna hand it over to Alex to show you a bit further into to the platform itself, and then we're gonna continue from that point.
Amazing, excellent. Thank you very much, Keren, and thank you, Simon, and the team at Great Heart for having me, and thank you all for joining and giving us 45 minutes of your precious time to view Atera and to hear a little bit about really the cool things that we do. So without further ado, I'm really going to share my screen, and I'm basically going to show you a visualization of everything that Keren has just discussed, including the whole holistic all-in-one platform, the fact that all of our core features are not locked behind paywalls. So from start to finish, you get the entire experience, and of course, how you can 10x that experience with AI. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick. Amazing. So what you're seeing right now is a real environment of Atera with real devices and everything. And the way that I'm going to show you basically the platform is I'm going to lean on what Keren said before, the onboarding and the abundance of and the features that we provide together from the first subscription plan basically shows you that from the moment you purchase Atera until the moment you are in production, this is actually an action that could be that could take just a matter of a few days of configuration, and from here onwards you are in production, fully working. So I'm just going to start step by step. Of course, as Keren mentioned before, Atera, we're a SaaS platform and we're an agent-based solution, and we provide full support, for Windows, Mac, and Linux. And I think one of the cool things here is that we are very much agnostic towards the devices that we monitor, just because we don't charge per endpoint as other competitors, but we charge per technician. We don't care if it's cloud devices, physical laptops, it doesn't matter. As long as it has the OS that we support, there's no problem connecting an agent, or on the contrary, doing SNMP monitoring as well, which we'll go into in a second. So very much covering everything. Atera also offers something called a network discovery. So we're discussing onboarding a lot of devices. Atera allows you the option to install a single agent inside of your environment, run a complete scan of all of your endpoints, servers, computers, anything, and deploy the Atera agent in just a single click to all of these endpoints, allowing you a fast and smooth onboarding. In addition to that, as I mentioned before, SNMP devices can also be monitored through Atera. Now, because we cannot install agents on SNMP devices, we leverage any of the existing agents that we installed here, and we basically send SNMP requests to endpoints, get the information, and we use OIDs to monitor these endpoints. Of course, we provide security information as well. We can scan for any potential CVEs that you might have on endpoints, who is affected, what the actions you need to take. We partner up with vulners.com, a very known repository for vulnerabilities, and this is a very great and strong security tool that you can use. And of course, open ports for any oversights that might happen. You know, layer 8 errors happen all the time. I myself have been a layer 8 error a few times, so this is definitely a great place where you can get a little bit of insight and get some extra security information about your environment. Now, moving forward and assuming that we ran a network discovery and we onboarded all of our agents, the next thing would be to monitor all of our endpoints, and this is done by thresholds, or basically alerts. We can create any types of alerts on any types of devices, personal computers, Macs, laptops, Linux servers. As you can see here, we actually, Atera has over 10 years of experience in the IT field, and we worked with partners and customers and data available to create industry standard presets to make your lives easier, but you can of course create your own items. But basically here, you're able to monitor all of the endpoints you just onboarded in a single click. You can set your own thresholds and choose whatever you want to monitor. Now, I think one of the cool things that I want to show you here is really the AI, because so far onboarding agents, monitoring endpoints, this is nothing out of the ordinary. I think that the fact that our AI is not just a buzzword, but a real AI, we can see this here. So let's say, for example, we are monitoring an endpoint for a CPU load, and it's critical for us if it reaches 90% for a threshold for longer than 1.5 minutes. Me as an IT administrator, I want to receive an alert for that problem, but as an IT administrator, I also know what I need to do to fix this problem. And this is where our AI comes in. We can actually leverage Atera's AI to create a script that could help us resolve this issue every time that it is triggered. And I'm actually going to show this to you live as we go with the demo. So as you'll see here, I have a script library that I can use Atera to create any script that I want. We also publish free scripts in a shared script library I'll show you in a second, but this is basically the script generator. And let's say, for example, and by the way, the AI speaks all of the languages, so you can prompt it in Swedish as well. I don't know Swedish, so unfortunately I can't, but we'll do English for now. So let's do just something simple, clear temp folder. I'm just going to do something simple, a PowerShell script to clear temp folder. The script was generated. Once I hit create, it's added into my library. One cool other thing here is, as you can see here, I'm entering a banana word here. It's not just a script generator. Let's assume I ran a script and there's a problem. I can paste the script here with the problem that he has and fix this script. Please. Well, I don't have to write please, actually, because it knows to do this even without it. And the cool thing is that we are not only saving you time to write scripts. As you can see, the word banana was just removed, and this was something simple, but this is not just an AI buzzword. This has just saved the technician time of going online to Stack Overflow, to any GPT out there, trying to understand what could work, how, when, We handle everything. We create the script. The brain behind this is a deep integration we have with Azure's OpenAI. We've been working with them for years, so it can work for you, help you, and so forth. Now, going back to the thresholds, as I said, we can monitor endpoints and we can leverage the power of AI to basically every time this threshold is hit, we created a script beforehand, we hit at the script, and now every time that this CPU load alert is hit, the script will run on the affected endpoint and will perform whatever needs to be performed, resolving the alert for you, saving you a lot of time and a lot of effort to basically do these actions that you usually do by hand. Now, this would be the monitoring of endpoints. Moving to the next section of basically our onboarding and the suite that Atera offers would be the patch and software management. Now, at this point, we've onboarded all of our devices. We are monitoring them through the Atera agent. We are fixing any problems on the endpoints through the scripting and the AI. We also want to make sure that the devices are up to date, and Atera handles that as well. You can schedule an infinite amount of profiles to run on any group of devices within your organization to handle completely Windows, Mac, and Linux patches, including reboot policies. You can manage the whole approval pipeline of patches. So, for example, exclusion of patches, exclusion of specific releases that you know might be problematic for computer. As you know, blue screen of death is something that comes, unfortunately, a lot of times with Windows updates. So you have the ability to control that and give yourself some freedom, knowing that devices will not be affected by any day one bugs or exploits or things like that. An additional cool thing that we can do is manage the softwares on the endpoints. So what we do is we leverage Chocolatey and Homebrew for Windows and Mac, Homebrew for Mac, Chocolatey for Windows, and you can create your own software bundles to install Zoom, Teams, Chrome, basically anything that is available on either the Chocolatey or the Homebrew repositories, which are publicly available repositories. You can install these softwares on endpoints. You can make sure that they are up to date. And you can even have this automation run on newly installed agents. So let's say, for example, a new employee comes into the company and you'd like him, the second the agent is installed, you'd like them to also have, Chrome, Steam, Zoom, Java, whatever it is that is relevant for the new employee to have installed on. This can handle this, automate this mundane process for you. Additional cool thing, of course, is we can update the Windows 10, Windows 11. We can do disk management and maintenance. And I think one of the other cool things here is the addition of the AI here as well, where we can automate specific actions that are mundane actions that we can automate through scripting. And I'll give you an example. For example, after a specific Windows update, there's a temp folder that is created. Now, it's supposed to be removed from the device, but it stays there. And I always have to log into the devices of end users and remove that folder. So what I can do is I can schedule a profile that's going to run maybe every Wednesday midnight, and it's going to clean all of my devices from that specific temp folder, or basically anything other than that, it can be run as an automation. And I think it's important to note here also that the agent, the Atera agent, it runs a system on all of the endpoints. So the capabilities of the AI are, I would say, endless. It's the question of how me as a human being can I prompt him to do a specific thing, and then the AI can do that as long as I tell him, of course, to do that. Now, this would cover the entire patch management, software management, scripting, and automations. Now, I'm going to go back to the devices page that we started from, just to show you that after we did all of this onboarding, you're going to see a whole dashboard, of course, of all of the information that we entered, all of the alerts that we created with the thresholds and everything. And I'm going to show you a little bit here with our Copilot, actually. This is a real device that has an agent connected to it. So first of all, just a few quick actions that I can perform. Let's say, for example, command prompt. I need to access the user's command prompt. Cool thing about this is it does not open the command prompt on the end user's device. So the user is working, and me as an IT professional, I can do whatever troubleshooting I need to do, and I can ping Google's DNS, for example, and I can run this action. But let's assume that I'm a very basic tier 1 technician. I just started my first job in IT. I don't know how to ping Google's DNS. AI can help here as well, and we're going to give the same example. Bing, Google, DNS. We're going to hit generate, and we get the same, basically the same action that I ran here. And now I don't have to go to Google and waste my time Googling things. I can get the help of the AI. Same goes with PowerShell, a lot of actions that can be done here, but I think one of the coolest things is really the Copilot. And we're gonna test, sorry, checks. I'm gonna let it run for a second. I'm gonna explain what's happening here. So we have an agent installed on all of our endpoints. And right now I've triggered the AI Copilot on Alex's computer. Now, as I said before, this is a real VM that I installed an agent to on. Alex D is me. And right now, while I'm explaining to you what's going on, I'm running all the printer checks. Basically, the AI is now running an instance on Alex's computer specifically and is running all of these checks live on the device, and it's going to give me an output. Now, if there's an error or an issue or any action items that need to be performed, the AI will also be able to give me a solution, a script, or a button that I can press to perform this action. In this case, for example, everything looks fine. It's telling me some specific next steps. I can stop the conversation at this point and move to another thing. I want to reset the user's password, for example. So I just diverted into a different conversation completely on the side. I can reset the user password. I can block USB access. I can change registry keys. I can do a lot of things. It depends on, so see, would you like me to proceed with this action? And you see a button was generated, so I can click reset password, or I can type in yes, and it's going to perform this action for me. As I said before, the agent runs a system. It gives us a lot of options and abilities to perform actions on endpoints, saving technicians a lot of precious time that they can use, for example, to investigate new technologies for the organization. You know, a new VPN is always around the corner, but there is never enough time for that. So now there is time for that. I'm going to use my last few minutes I have before moving back to Keren to show you some of our ticketing abilities as well, because Atera, as we said before, is also a ticketing system, and you get these great functionalities as well with Atera, so a whole holistic platform. And I'm going to just show you a couple of cool things. You know, tickets are tickets eventually. There's a lot you can do, from group assignments to automations, even access endpoints remotely from the tickets. But I'm going to show you a little bit of how the AI makes tickets better. So first of all, we can generate replies to tickets. It reads the information of the ticket. We can change the tonation and rephrase and do a lot of things here. But I think one of the biggest pain points with AI, with tickets is actually documentation. So, you know, my printer isn't working. I had 10 printer tickets in the past week. Nobody actually documented this. So this is where Atera comes in. Let's say I have a recurring ticket about some problem. I can use the generate article button here to leverage Atera. And notice that I've clicked the button. This is not a process that takes more than 15 to 20 seconds. The AI Copilot reads the ticket, all of the information there, and generates an article that now I can use to troubleshoot this problem. Now I can generate this article. It was written in less than 15 seconds. I hit create. It will be populated in the knowledge base. So any future technician can reference this article. But the other cool thing is that the AI also learns on this knowledge base. So in the future, our AI, only your instance of AI. So it doesn't teach the whole of Atera. It just teaches your instance. Your instance will be able to provide all of this information to troubleshoot even faster. And another cool thing here, which is very similar to what we saw before, is again the Copilot, which is similar to Copilot we saw before, but it does a couple of extra actions that are related to tickets. So right now we have a ticket. We're running the Copilot on ticket 540 on the Alex D MSP device. So it's not only running a troubleshooting on my device, it's also giving me the summary of the ticket. So if the ticket went from hand to hand, I'm able to get all of this information in just a single click. It's also checking what is relevant to try and fix. It's trying to give me information, troubleshooting. So I don't even have to go into the ticket. I can start troubleshooting. I have all the information. So this is saving me a lot of time. Going back to the point of Keren, you know, doing 10x the tickets that you're doing right now. As you can see here, this is exactly what we're talking about. So a lot of automation, a lot of assistance. Of course, all of this is topped by a full reporting system where all of this information can be generated. We also have a fully fledged billing module where you can create invoices, SLAs, contracts. You can have full business administrations to any sites, customers, anything, create holiday hours, a lot that can be managed here. Of course, this is a lot of information to process, but there's definitely a lot of holistic, great features that come together that are here to offer you many layers of assistance and many layers of support. And in addition to that, a price that you can scale upwards with, because if it's a single technician, one main show, or a 2 or a 3 person show running it, it's always going to be the same price, regardless of amounts of features or amounts of endpoints. And I think by that, I'm going to stop and I'm going to move it back to Keren. I think there's a lot of information to chew on here. Thank you very much for your time. And Keren, back to you.
Thank you, Alex. Yeah, I was muted. Thank you for the great presentation. So I think that now that we've seen what Alex, like what Atera is all about with regard to the demonstration of the platform itself, we can understand even in a clearer way. I mean, there's a lot of tools out there. We know that the IT market is packed with different softwares, different solutions, different needs for each one of the each one of the divisions. But I think that if we're gonna narrow down what sets Atera apart from each one of the others and our key values, I think that Alex showed it pretty clear. The fact that first of all, we are a clear, truly all-in-one that really consolidates everything into one consolidated platform. From within the ticket page, you can actually remote access into a device. You do not need to communicate with the user from one page and then to use a different software in order to remote access. From within the alerts tab, you can also create a ticket that will auto-populate the information from the alert. From within the device tab, you can already ensure that you're creating a patch. So this is what this is what we speak about when we're referring to consolidation. Also regarding the AI, as Alex has showed, the AI is running on real agent that is connected to a real device. It provides actionable actions that is dedicated for this specific use case, for this specific device, that is here to again to maximize the efficiency, to reduce any mundane or repetitive tasks that are being handled manually up until now. Of course, that the platform, as could be pretty much seen now, is very intuitive, very straightforward, very simple in terms of the interface that we're providing to our users. A lot of automations that you can create, quick onboarding, as we just said, and of course, the most important part here is the fact that you can grow as much as you want. You can monitor as many devices as you need, no limitation whatsoever, with a price per tick pricing model. So this is in regards to what sets Atera apart and the key values that we are very proud of, that we keep pushing forward in regards to our continuous development of the product. With that, I'm gonna pause here and hand it over to Simon and see if there's any questions or if there's any clarifications that the audience would like to have.
Yes, we have a few questions for you guys, and feel free to send us more questions so that we can make the most out of the time we have with the Atera professionals here. So let me start with the first question that we received. So if I deploy 200 agents compared to 500 agents, how would it differ in terms of pricing? So scaling up from 200 up to 500 agents and perhaps obviously going above that, what happens in terms of pricing?
So the answer is that nothing happens, because as we just said, whether you monitor 200 devices, 500 devices, or 5 million devices, we encourage you to deploy as many devices as you wish. There is no difference in the pricing. The pricing is per technician, meaning per license that you would need for the platform. You can grow as much as you want, no limitation whatsoever. So go ahead and deploy as much as you want.
That's great. Very simple and easy to understand. So another question, I think this one is probably for you, Alex. So are you integrated with Azure AD?
Yes, definitely. We have a full integration with Azure AD on actually two fronts. The first front is integrating Azure AD into Atera to, of course, populate all of the contacts and information of the customers you're going to be managing of your own organization. But the other thing is that the Copilot can also integrate with the Azure AD, meaning that through the Copilot, I'll be able to run actions on the Azure AD and not just on the local user, allowing you some extra management actions to be done through Atera, saving some additional time. Great question. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think we have another one here as well from the audience. So does Atera allow to upload my own software to the repository?
Oh, definitely. That's also a great question. So as I mentioned before, we use two repositories, Chocolatey for Windows and Homebrew for Mac. But of course, if you have your own software, and this could be, a code online or your own version of Zoom or Teams or whatever, an executable, an MSI, even a link, then you can connect your own private repository, and you can leverage that to be your own repository, upload your own executables, MSIs, and basically have a third repository, which is you on your own.
Okay, thank you, Alex. We have one more here as well. And please feel free to send us more questions. We still have time. But let me take this one. So is there a risk if all devices are connected to the same platform, a breach in the platform could compromise the entire environment?
That is
the security aspect, obviously important as well.
Definitely. That is a great question. So first of all, Atera has several fail-safe mechanisms built both into the system of the UI that we just saw and into the agent itself. Communication does not always go back and forth. Of course, we don't always use an open line of communication to protect data. Everything is protected through a tunnel. We also just recently released a panic button, which in case of fear of any breach or potential breach or even whatever, you should always be better safe than sorry, as they say. There's a panic button, you click on it, it kills all of the sessions, stops the flow of information, and definitely, gives you that extra boost of security. Just add to that, but this is, I guess, a side note for Keren and Simon. I think this is also a good a place to tell you that after this call, it should be good to share the a trust page where we actually show how we protect all the data and all of our abilities to stop any breaches.
Thank you, Alex. I think that's it for now in terms of questions. Obviously, everyone feel free to send those questions if you have any, either to your GridArt sales representative or directly to the Atera team, right, guys? You're more than happy to answer questions, I believe.
Always.
Yeah, awesome. And thank you so much, Keren and Alex, for all the insights in today's webinar. And I think we've gotten a better picture of what Atera is actually capable of doing. I think, I mean, looking at how many features you're adding and how much more efficient you can be actually from one single point of pane of glass or whatever you call it, right? It is very interesting, and I hope that many of you guys that were listening today, that you are eager on knowing more, and the next step would be to obviously reach out to one of your GridArt sales representatives, the contact person you have, and then we will also, of course, reach out to you and see if we can set up a demo and to discuss potential next steps. Do you have anything else, Keren and Alex? Yeah.
Just to add as a final note, thank you, Simon, that we provide a 30 days free trial for anyone that wishes to explore the platform, which provides a full hands-on experience, the exact experiences and actual customer experiences, also regarding support. So this trial is available for everyone. The Gridar team is gonna share their the link for the free trial that can lead you to exploring Atera. We are here to support anything and every question that may arise in the future. And we are very much, as Simon said, looking forward to deliver the Atera value into the Nordics.
And next time, perhaps we will run a webinar in Swedish. What do you say, guys? Would it
For
be
sure,
possible?
we're gonna practice our Swedish
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah, so looking forward to that. And some final words in Swedish. Tack så mycket allihop för ert deltagande. Som sagt, som jag sa här tidigare, vi kommer höra av oss, stämma av intresse och hör gärna av er själva till era kontaktpersoner hos oss, så hjälper vi till och stöttar er på bästa sätt. Så att än en gång, stort tack för ert deltagande och er tid som ni har lagt ner, och hoppas att ni fått med er värdefull information. Så hörs vi helt enkelt. Och på återseende. Det kommer fler webbinar framöver. Så att,
Thank you guys.
ja, tack än en gång. Thank you.